Hi everybody, it's Jason from Men's Vows, and I'm about to go meet Chris and Clay, who are one of our featured couples, to give you a behind-the-scenes look of a couple that is getting married in 3 months. I'm here with Chris and Clay.
Hi.
When are you guys getting married?
November 11th, 2019.
3 months away.
For our viewers who are just getting to meet you, tell us a little bit about the two of you.
We are both Broadway performers. I'm currently in King Kong the musical. Chris is in Pretty Woman the musical. We met doing the national tour of West Side Story. We met in the auditions, and then we became roommates, and then we were roommates, and then
8 years later, yeah.
8 years later, we're getting married.
You dated for 8 years before you got engaged?
We did it for 6.5 years before I popped the question. And if you're interested in seeing that, we have a full video of the proposal. I sang and danced in Central Park with
All our friends.
a lot of our friends and your parents. It was really fun.
I met the sky rock my world like it's never been rocked, and now I'm living just for him, and I won't ever stop. I never thought that it could happen to a guy like me, but now look at what you've done. You got me down on my knee.
You guys had a viral moment.
Oh yeah.
We did. It was cool. It was really special to get to share that with our friends and family, and then those who know us, and then they shared it with their friends. It was pretty cool.
Were you surprised that you were proposed to?
Oh, I was 100% surprised. I had a feeling the morning of, he told me that we were doing a photo shoot in Central Park, and
No, I planned it. A photographer reached out and asked to shoot with us. A photographer that we knew. I had written the email. They had sent it to us. I played all the cards right.
but the morning of, I had a little feeling, and then we were walking through Central Park and holding hands, and I thought he was gonna do it in the tree-lined streets. And when he didn't do it, I was like, okay, maybe it's all in my head. And then we turned the corner and I heard music started playing, and then he dragged me to the bench, and I was like, I know exactly what's happening. But it was amazing and so surprising. I don't know why I didn't expect a production number from him, but.
And where are you getting married?
We are getting married in Palm Springs, California. Actually, technically Palm Desert, at the Hyatt Regency Indian Wells Resort. It's stunning.
Why did you guys choose your wedding venue?
We did a gig out there in last spring and fell in love with the area completely. We flew in, and it's the most beautiful place to fly into. It's all mountains and desert. It's gorgeous.
Our dating anniversary is November 11th, and it'll be our 8-year anniversary this year. So we want to stick with the same anniversary, and since it's cold in New York in November, we decided to go somewhere warm.
So you guys are about 3 months out from your wedding. What are the number one things that are on your mind at this moment?
I'd say nailing down the florist, because we don't have a florist nailed down yet, and that's a big one. And that's our last huge,
And a honeymoon. We haven't picked a honeymoon yet.
Yeah, we're so close, and we haven't.
We thought we should plan the wedding things first and then do the fun honeymoon. And since the wedding things aren't done completely yet, we still haven't decided on a honeymoon. 3 months out.
So in this whole wedding planning process, what would you say was the most stressful part?
I would say probably coordinating our schedules. As actors, we don't always work in New York City. Sometimes we work out of town, and we had kind of opposite schedules. When Clay was working, I was free, and then I got a job as Clay had some free time. So coordinating schedules enough to get stuff done was tough.
As two men, have you found that there wasn't a roadmap to put this wedding together?
Oh, absolutely. I feel like we've been fortunate to go to a few gay weddings in our time together, and that's been fun and informative. But what's really fun is we can kind of do whatever we want, because there's not a traditional way to do a gay wedding. So it's been really fun, actually.
In this process, what would you say was the most fun or exciting task to accomplish?
I mean, getting to plan it all together, so finding the time in our schedules to plan, to pick the backdrop of our wedding and the flowers and the colors and everything has been really cool to get to experience that together and kind of learn new things about each other of oh, I don't like those colors together, or we should do this kind of thing. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, we got to grow together as a couple, which has been really nice.
Was there anything that you used to keep you organized in this process?
We've gone through a couple different things. We started with notes on our phone. That's still probably my go-to. Keep all the notes, wedding party information, wedding, except for the ceremony. Then we transferred to a bulletin board, so we have to do, in progress, and complete. And that's our go-to for once we move the tack over to the finished, complete.
Satisfying.
Yeah, it's so satisfying. So that's probably our go-to right now.
Yeah.
What do you feel are the things that you still have to accomplish at 3 months out?
Well, at this point, we don't have the total number of people coming to our weddings. We have to wait to do anything related to that, finalizing the budget with the with the venue and like number of meals, all the tables, figuring out seating assignments and all that. So there's a lot of lingering things that we have to do in like the last probably 4 weeks. And so that list slowly is growing as our to-do list before then is dwindling. So even though we're getting closer to the wedding, we still have a lot to do on the horizon.
Obviously, a proposal leads to the idea of planning a wedding, but prior to that, had you discussed the idea of living together in a marriage?
Yeah, we started our relationship together, living together, because we were roommates on the national tour. So that wasn't a big change, but
we definitely knew we wanted to get married, and we talked about it kind of early on in the relationship, but I come from a more sheltered background. I had some more like things to work through in those departments. So I said I needed a few years. I was like, maybe like when you're this age and I'm this age, and maybe we'll do it then. It turns out that's exactly when we got engaged.
Yeah.
Moving back towards your wedding, what are you most excited for at your wedding?
I gotta say, I'm just so thrilled to be surrounded by so many people that we love and in a beautiful environment. Just having the time of our life. We said from day one, we wanted it to just be a nice party. We wanted it to be a good time to celebrate. And I'm just so looking forward to like great music, great food, and spending time with those who love us.
And the day before our wedding, we're doing a pool party with everyone coming in from out of town. So I think that's one of my things that I'm most excited for.
Not marrying me.
Aside from the ceremony and the cake. So,
I agree with you that one of the joys of gay weddings is that we sort of rewrite the rules and reinvent traditions. Is there anything specific or particular to that idea that you feel like you guys have really made unique to the two of you that's part of your wedding?
Yeah, I would say the beginning of our ceremony, a lot of people were curious how we were going to do it since there's not a bride to walk down the aisle. Our friends in London, we went to their wedding, and they, after their wedding party entered down the aisle holding hands together, and I thought that was such a beautiful demonstration of the fact that it was a choice and they were choosing to spend their life together and they were entering this new chapter together hand in hand. I really love that, and so we're going to do that for our wedding.
We at Men's Vows are so happy to be following your journey the next 3 months. We'll be sending our viewers lots of other behind the scenes moments and checking in with you along the way. And then we can't wait to see the actual wedding.
Yay! Thank you!